The frantic search is over. After days of tension and uncertainty, the nation can finally breathe a collective sigh of relief. Less than 36 hours after the shocking assassination of conservative commentator Charlie Kirk, a suspect is in custody. The swift action of law enforcement has brought a sense of justice to a grieving public. Federal and local authorities, acting on a crucial tip, closed in on a remote cabin deep in the Uinta Wasatch Cache National Forest. The operation was meticulously planned and executed with precision. The operation was swift and concluded without further bloodshed. Officers who had been on high alert could finally lower their weapons, knowing the immediate threat had been neutralized. The man at the center of this tragedy was taken into custody, bringing a sense of closure to a nation on edge. His capture marks a pivotal moment in a case that has gripped the country. For 2 days, Americans watched in horror and anxiety as the story unfolded. The nation was glued to their screens, hoping for a resolution to the chaos. The brazen attack at Utah Valley University left many feeling vulnerable, but the relentless police work and a vital tip ended the manhunt. The community can now begin to heal from the shock. The arrest marks a new chapter. The focus now shifts from the chase to the courtroom, from fear to the pursuit of justice. The legal process will now take center stage as the nation seeks answers and accountability. As the sun rises on September 14th, the shock remains, but the threat is gone. The dawn brings a new day, one where the community can start to rebuild and move forward. The story of how the suspect was found reveals a web of family ties, digital footprints, and old-fashioned detective work. It is a testament to the dedication and skill of those who worked tirelessly to bring justice to light. The accused is 22-year-old Tyler Robinson of Orem, Utah, a name that, until recently, meant little to most outside his quiet suburban community. He was once a student at Utah Valley University, where he enrolled with hopes of building a better future. However, Robinson's college journey was cut short. He dropped out 2 semesters ago, citing a combination of personal and financial struggles that became too overwhelming to manage. Friends recall that he seemed increasingly withdrawn during this period, often skipping classes and avoiding social gatherings. Neighbors and classmates describe him as quiet and solitary, someone who kept mostly to himself. He had no criminal record, aside from a single minor traffic violation, and was generally seen as unremarkable, blending into the background of his community. Robinson was apprehended late Friday night after a brief but tense standoff at a remote cabin on the outskirts of town, a location he had apparently retreated to in recent days. Despite the tense situation, he surrendered peacefully to authorities and was taken into federal custody without incident, surprising even the officers on the scene. After leaving college, Robinson struggled to find his footing. He worked a series of low-wage jobs, most recently at a warehouse in Provo. Co-workers there describe him as distant, rarely engaging in conversation, and increasingly absorbed in radical online content during his breaks, a change that did not go unnoticed. He continued living with his parents in their modest Orem home, a place that would unexpectedly become the center of a major investigation when a crucial tip was reported from within. The arrest of someone so seemingly ordinary has left the community stunned and searching for answers, as neighbors and friends struggled to reconcile the news with the person they thought they knew. Now, investigators are delving deep into his digital life and psychological state, hoping to uncover what might have driven him down this path and whether warning signs were missed along the way. The question of who Tyler Robinson is has been answered. The focus now shifts to understanding why he made the choices that led to this moment, and what can be learned to prevent similar tragedies in the future. In a heartbreaking twist, it was Tyler Robinson's own family who led the FBI to his location. The family, torn between love and duty, faced an unimaginable decision that would change their lives forever. After the FBI released surveillance images, his parents recognized their son and faced an agonizing choice. They were thrust into a moral dilemma, knowing that their decision could save lives but also devastate their own family. They chose to contact authorities, providing the tip that broke the case. This decision was not made lightly. It was a testament to their strength and resolve in the face of overwhelming emotional turmoil. The family also gave investigators crucial details about Tyler's mindset and recent activities, including the existence of the remote cabin. Their insights were invaluable, painting a clearer picture of Tyler's state of mind and intentions. Their cooperation transformed a statewide search into a targeted operation. This shift in strategy was pivotal, allowing law enforcement to act swiftly and decisively. In a public statement, the family expressed sorrow for the victims and explained their decision as an act of conscience. They hoped their actions would bring some measure of peace to those affected by Tyler's actions. Officials have praised their courage, calling it a powerful example of moral clarity. Their bravery has been recognized as a beacon of hope and integrity in a time of crisis. The Robinsons now face the pain of losing their son to the justice system while being hailed as heroes for their actions. Their story is a poignant reminder of the complexities of love and justice. Their decision highlights the conflict between familial love and civic duty. It underscores the difficult choices families must sometimes make for the greater good. In a divided nation, their choice stands as a reminder of shared values in the face of tragedy. It serves as a call to unity, urging communities to come together in support and understanding, even in the darkest of times. Investigators quickly uncovered a disturbing motive: deep-seated political hatred. Evidence from Robinson's devices and writings revealed an intense animosity toward Charlie Kirk and the conservative movement. This was a targeted political assassination, meticulously planned and fueled by radical online ideology. Robinson's digital trail shows his progression from passive agreement to active plotting in extremist forums. He saw Kirk and Turning Point USA as threats, and the university event as a final provocation. In his manifesto, Robinson described violence as the only way to wake people up. This case is a stark warning about the dangers of online extremism and political polarization. The assassination was not just an attack on one man but on civil discourse itself. Searches of the cabin and Robinson's home revealed chilling evidence of premeditation. The murder weapon, a high-powered rifle, was found hidden beneath the floorboards, confirmed as the gun used in the shooting. Disturbingly, Robinson had engraved bullets with names of conservative figures and political slogans, turning ammunition into instruments of hate. Digital forensics uncovered a manifesto, detailed plans, and messages outlining his intent and escape. He had researched Kirk's schedule, scouted the event, and practiced with the rifle. The evidence paints a picture of a calculated, ideologically driven killing. The rifle, engraved bullets, and digital files will be central in court. Together, they tell the story of how hate became a plan for murder. After firing the fatal shot, Robinson vanished into chaos, using the panic to escape. He changed clothes, reached a parked sedan, and slipped away before police could establish a perimeter. The law enforcement response was immediate and massive, with a statewide alert and security tightened everywhere. Investigators pieced together his escape using security footage and public tips. The FBI released images and a sketch, prompting thousands of tips. Ultimately, it was his parents' recognition and tip that led to his capture. Tactical teams moved in on the cabin, confirming his presence with thermal imaging. The arrest was made late at night, ending the 36-hour manhunt quietly and without violence. The chase, which began with chaos, ended with decisive action in the wilderness. The legal path for Tyler Robinson is severe. Utah's Attorney General announced capital murder charges and the intent to seek the death penalty, calling the crime an assault on democracy. Federal prosecutors are also pursuing charges, including assassination and firearms violations, and will seek the death penalty as well. This dual approach ensures the case moves forward, reflecting the gravity of the crime. The assassination of a national political figure is seen as an attack on the country itself. Governor Cox and federal officials have voiced strong support for the prosecution. The trial will be high-profile and complex, with Robinson's defense likely focusing on mental health and online radicalization. The prosecution will present overwhelming physical and digital evidence of premeditation. The engraved bullets and manifesto will be central to proving intent. The nation will watch as justice unfolds in this consequential case. The arrest has brought resolution, but the emotional impact of Charlie Kirk's assassination lingers nationwide. Vigils and memorials have sprung up, with mourners leaving flowers and notes at Utah Valley University. The event site has become a place of tribute and reflection. Leaders across the spectrum have condemned the violence and praised law enforcement and the Robinson family's courage. The president called the act horrific and honored the family's difficult choice. For Kirk's family and supporters, the journey of grief is just beginning, but the promise of justice offers some solace. Turning Point USA vowed to continue Kirk's mission, refusing to let his voice be silenced. As the nation mourns, it must also confront the deeper issues of political rhetoric, online radicalization, and the safety of public figures.